Jurassic Park 3 is underrated, and this Spinosaurus action figure is fantastic and absolutely worth paying $65 for. I think so. Let's open it up, check it out, and of course do some toy photography. So, what's your favorite dinosaur? Surprisingly, mine has been, for a while, the Spinosaurus, because Jurassic Park 3 was probably my favorite Jurassic Park movie growing up. I really loved that. I watched it so often. I mean, you had William H. Macy, you had talking velociraptors,
Alan,
and you had Spinosauruses snapping T-Rex's necks. Like, how cool was that? And man, the visual effects still hold up so well. I think every Jurassic Park really has that going for it. The visual effects, ILM, just incredible. And it's funny because I've really kind of lost interest in dinosaurs over the years. I like the new Jurassic World movies. I've seen them. They're good. I like them. But like, I don't know. I haven't really had that magic captured in my imagination recently. But there's a new movie coming out that looks good, and this figure right here might be the sole thing that's getting me back into dinosaurs, because this figure, the Spinosaurus, Jurassic Park 3, everything that I'm just talking about is right here. And you know what? I probably would have missed this if I didn't get all of these comments constantly saying, hey, can you do the Hammond Collection? Hammond Collection, Spinosaurus, Spinosaurus, here it is. And so, you know, I've done a bunch of toy hunt videos recently, and I was looking for this figure, couldn't find it, couldn't find really any Hammond Collection, but I was able to get lucky on Target.com and find this guy and order it for the typical price, and he looks really good. I'm very excited, and you know what? I'm excited to do some dinosaur toy photography with this thing. So I really owe, I think, everything to you guys who watch these videos and have been giving me these recommendations, because without that, I probably never would have gotten this or never even knew that it existed, because I just totally out of my mind. So thank you, and I can't wait to open this figure up. So like I said, I did get this on Target.com. It was 65 bucks. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link in the description. So I would keep checking it, see if it's in stock online, if any local stores have it in stock. Keep checking, you never know if you're gonna find it or not. Also, I've got a bunch of other dinosaurs coming soon. I've got a couple other Hammond Collection I did find, and I do have that big giant T-Rex that I bought in a most recent toy hunt video as well. So very exciting, lots of dinosaurs coming up. So if you're interested in that, I definitely recommend subscribing. Thank you so much. And hey, why not, if you are liking it so far, like the video too. That would be so awesome. Yeah, okay, enough of me yapping. Let's open this big dino Spino up. So how are you feeling about this new Jurassic Park movie? It looks like really good. I don't know what it is, but something about it is giving me more interest than the other Jurassic World movies that have come out recently. Maybe it's just the trailers. Hopefully that sparks a whole new love for dinosaurs for me again, and I can make lots of dinosaur videos. I don't know, as long as you guys are into it, I think I'll probably be into it too. I'm already feeling it. Okay, here he is. And you know what? I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like giving him an L, because there's no real way to stand him up besides this. Like, he's so off balance. Like, if only there was something else to put like on his back side to balance out the weight to get him to, you know, to stand up more. Because right now, the only thing you got is if you have him up like this. Without that, he's... Sorry, just kidding. He has a tail. And once again, we're doing a tail segment in this video. Oh wow, this is a nice bendy tail. That's pretty great. Just kidding, he does not get an L. He looks great. He looks great. He looks great. Let's put his tail on. All right, this poor guy is face down, butt up, ready to get some tail. And I think it's just, well, you just kind of stick it in there, right? Oh, is that it? Wow, that's way easier than a Godzilla tail, or a Ghidorah tail, or a Godzilla -1 tail, or any of that. That was very easy. Wow, nice. Cool, I'm liking this figure a lot so far. Very, very much. You too? Cool. Yeah. Okay, I imagine his weight distribution is much better now, so maybe we can put him in a nice pose. I'm not really super familiar with posing dinosaurs. Oh wow, wow, that articulation in the neck is awesome. Standing on up there, spiny. How's that? His feet are a little close. That's a pretty good pose, right? That's pretty solid. I'm a natural, natural Sirdork. Look at me go. There's something about him that's kind of cute too. I don't know. The figure itself, let's get into just all the details. So the figure itself is pretty hollow. This whole torso area is very hollow. And these legs and stuff are not. You know, these are, I mean, they probably, you know, they are hollow, but not like a super hollow feeling like this does. You know, these are a lot thicker and bigger. He's got, I think the paint is really good. It's a combination of looking like very economic paint. It's not a ton of crazy details, but I feel like it's just enough to get everything looking great. On the legs over here, it's a bit more plain, you know. It gets a little bit nicer over here. The spine looks great, and then the face looks fantastic. The sculpting and everything on the face looks really nice. Inside of the mouth looks good. Like, the tail, or the tongue is very rubbery. Wow. And then, oh wow, there's this, whoa, these like side gum things are like straight up rubbery, stretchy. That's really interesting. Ooh, and his mouth, his mouth closes nicely. Whoa, that opens all the way up. That is crazy. Wow, that just looks so good. You get all that inside the mouth in there, you see all that. And his eyeball is like a clear plastic. That looks so good, man. And he's still standing up after all of this stuff I'm putting him through. Oh, wait, he's going. Is he going down? He's doing fine though. He caught himself, he's good. I think as a whole, he's a very, very good looking figure. I mean, he's $65. A lot of, you know, smaller 1/12 scale action figures are $65, and there's a big actual blemish right here on the top of his spine though. That actually looks kind of bad. That's a big QC issue right there, but oh well, no big deal. He moves and stuff real nicely. Like, I'm sure that you can put him in like little creepy poses like this. Nice. So that looks cool. He's like hunting on some prey right now, right? That looks cool. I really like that pose. Makes me want to keep putting him in other poses. Okay, let me just get into where all the articulation actually is on the figure. And here he is. Venom, are you trying to copy him? You guys are like the same size, kind of. Okay, comment below. Who do you think would win, Spino or Venom? Who do you think would care at all, Spino or Venom? Definitely not Venom. So, starting with the head, he has like 3 different things. He's got closed, he's got decently open, like this, and then he's got all the way. So that's pretty cool. And he has movement in this joint here, which you get all of that. And you get down here too. You get so much neck movement. That's so cool. And side to side. You can have him almost looking completely the other direction. Hello. Really, like that alone makes you able to have so many more possibilities for posing right there. So in the arm, you've got joints here, so you got all of this movement, plenty there, and elbow, a little bit, nothing crazy, but you got like almost 90-degree here. That's cool. His hands are actually a squeezy soft plastic, kind of like the tail. So that's cool, and so you can really get a decent amount of articulation in the arms and hands too. That's pretty cool. Then really the last point of articulation is the leg. You've got a little bit of movement going outwards like this, and then plenty, you know, all the way. So that's great. Knee, you can straighten the leg out all the way and then bend about that much. Then you have a little bit down here on this like almost ankle kind of joint here. That works pretty well. And then you got all this in the foot. Your posing possibilities are really not super limited with him. And then of course the tail is bendy, so you can do all of that. So I would say articulation is really, really good in this. I don't know what else I would really want. Like articulate his spine? Not really. All right, well, how long is this boy? I feel like I've got him elongated as long as he can get right now. He is just about 26 or 27 inches or so. It's pretty cool. And so if we were to just stand him up normally like this, I mean, he kind of is. Just from his feet to his spine, he's about 12 inches. He's a big guy. Really good looking big fig. I know, Venom really seems to like this figure. So one downside, in my opinion, to this figure is that these Hammond Collection figures are not 1/12 scale. They're like 1/18. Any 3/4 inch figure, which in my opinion kind of stinks only because I don't collect that. I'm only really a 1/12 or a 1/6 or something. I'm sure you could easily, if you wanted to shoot this with like a Marvel Legend or I don't know, something of that scale, a 6-inch, there's plenty of force perspective you could use, or you could just not care at all and just do it and have fun. So this is a Black Series, which is kind of cool, seeing the difference there. And then here is a Hot Toy. I guess if you're just wondering how much space he'll take up on a shelf, that's kind of the difference there. I don't really have much 3 3/4 inch to compare it to anyway. Here's a Godzilla from Haya. You got a little bit of everything here to see. Oh, you know what? I've got, hang on. Okay, I was wrong. I do have some old 3 3/4 inch figures. There's an old Commander Cody. This is pre-vintage collection, I think. That's how he should scale with a person. And that's kind of cool. The Hammond Collection has plenty of actual people, human figures that would scale with him. Either way, I'm not really worried about it. It makes sense to me because he would just be too big for anything if he was 1/6, or, well, he would be very big if he was 1/6, but if he was 1/12, he'd be huge, like that other T-Rex I've got. He looks more like 1/12. There's some scale differences there. Okay, what's the final decision? Are we doing W or are we doing L with Spinosaurus over here? I think he's absolutely just as awesome as everybody has been saying he is. I think this is a really stinking cool action figure, and it makes me feel pretty inspired. I really can't wait to go out into just the outdoors and find a cool spot and take a photo of him. So I'm gonna give him a W. I'm gonna definitely give him a W because he's a great figure. 65 bucks is still a high price for anything, but I think he's worth the 65. I think you're getting a full, big figure, quality figure, and it's worth 65 bucks in my opinion. I'm glad I bought him. Thank you again, everyone, for all the recommendations. That was actually really cool. So I'm gonna give him a big fat W. And what do you think? I'm assuming you're gonna also say W because the reason I bought this is because of you. So thank you so much, and I'm very excited. So W for me. What do you think, W or L? Well, it's a shooting and reviewing video, so I gotta take a photo with this guy, and I just wanna take him out somewhere where there's like water, maybe a waterfall or something, and just get some cool outdoor shots with this guy just looking mean and looking cool. So let's go take a shot. Okay, here I am. I'm at my favorite place in the world, Peebles Island in Cohoes, New York. I shoot here all the time. I don't always shoot by these waterfalls, but sometimes I do. And today, I am. And Spinosaurus is roaring with water. It's gonna be awesome. By the way, if my audio sounds weird, it's because the waterfall is loud, or I've tried to cancel out the background noise, so we'll see. Okay, here he is. Spino is right here chilling. I'm using one stick to hold him up. He can actually stand up on his own without the stick, but I put it there just to help him stand up, whatever. And so I've got my light reflector here. The sun is over there. So the way I have to hold this is kind of almost underneath him, like that. See that? See the difference of light it makes on him? So I'm gonna be holding the light reflector over here with one hand, and then I'm going to be splashing with my left hand. So there's gonna be lots of great looking light, nice looking roaring dinosaurs, and some great water splashes. A little bit of waterfall in the background, but that's gonna be cool. I'm pretty excited for this. This really brings me back to the way I used to shoot years ago, just outside making some splashes, and it makes me very, very happy to be here doing this. So this is a test shot that I took before. My shutter speed's at 3200, and my f-stop's at 3.2. I still wanted it to be pretty low. I still was able to get that nice blue background going on with the really fast shutter speed. It's really darkening things up, so it made the blue really show up in the background, which is really great. My ISO is at 400, as it always is, but one of the things that's really making this work is the fact that my shutter speed is so fast, all of the watery splashes that's gonna come up are going to be very, very crisp, because it's gonna be moving so fast, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's pretty straightforward, just fast shutter speed, lots of light, holding down the trigger with my remote, and splashing. That's really all it takes. Fast shutter speed and splashes, that's all. So remote and light reflector in this hand, and then I'm probably gonna block it on the camera, and then splash with this hand. So wish me luck. Let's take the shot. All right, quick Spinosaurus post-photo breakdown. Whew, that's a mouthful, but here he is. Actually, this is the not final product. This is the final product right here. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't know if I am just like a child and I think that like really bright colors and vibrance is the way to go, because I certainly edited it in that fashion because I like that. So this right here was actually the photo I used, and this is the final product, so the before and after, and it's a pretty big difference. So first of all, the orientation is quite different. I actually ended up cropping the photo upwards a little bit because there was just way too much down here and it just seemed off-center to me. I also took some splashes from some other photos. So I took the splash around here from this photo, brought it over here because I liked all the splashes around his face. And then I took some of the splashes from over here on this photo and brought it over here. So then, you know, it looks like he's kind of running out of the water, hopefully. And, you know, maybe he just had a drink and he's like, I'm so refreshed. In the original photo, my shadow is in the way. Or maybe that's the shadow from the light reflector. Like, that's really annoying. So I actually just used the generative fill and got rid of that. Other than that, the only other edits I did was just a lot of work in the camera raw filter, you know, brightening the colors, making the sky blue and taking the reds, making them brighter, and taking the highlights and this, just making it fit. And so it's a pretty big difference, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks really cool, and this was such a fun shot. Man, I want to shoot dinosaurs more often. This was just so much fun. So let me know what you think. Please give me some critiques. Is it over edited? Is it perfect? I don't know, let me know. But yeah, let's just run the end of the video. So this figure really is bringing me back to when I was watching Jurassic Park 3 over and over again, and it's kind of just bringing me back to loving dinosaurs again. And if this movie is good, then I think I'll be totally locked in and I'm in the dinosaur game again. But if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. This photo will be posted up onto Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all of that stuff. If you want to follow my work on any of those platforms, it's all linked in the video description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.